All right, so we are live on YouTube. Just waiting for some people to come in. Sorry for starting a little bit late. So I think like from now on, just expect us to start on like 10:15-ish. Um, I plan to start right on time at 10, but it never works out. Just a little bit of, there's a lot of little things to cover before we start, making sure everything is working properly. And getting my notes organized, especially to do the hypnosis later on. Just want to make sure everything runs smoothly. It's better to start a little bit late, I think, especially for like live events like this. Um, and to if I'm having runny nose like today, take some Sudafed before we start. It's weird because like I do a lot of live television and I do a lot of public speaking. Like my nose never have so much problem as the live stream. Oh, hello, Michelle Ang. How are you? Good seeing you again. Haven't seen you a few weeks. How are you doing, my friend? Evita said, talking about the renaissance, human renaissance, resonance, um, brainwave. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions that manifestation frequency brainwave have yield a lot of very positive results over the years. It's highly tested and people love it. Hello, Michelle. How are you? How's your autumn coming along in Singapore? So today we're talking about chakra alignment, balancing. Uh, Even though I won't say, well, we're definitely going to unblock the chakras. We go align them, but I think what we do as black magician is like we like power and we like access. So we are going to give your chakra, your astral flow of energy within your body a full blast, and to connect your chakra with the astral realm so that the spirit's energy can flow through you. Um, with no blockages, and you just be riding with the wave of manifestation, creation, and spirit. So, well, obviously, Reiki is a Japanese thing. That a lot of Zen Buddhism and Shinto ideas was incorporated when you study Reiki. That's fine. To talk about harmony and balancing, yeah, we love that. But like, we want to do a bit more as black magicians. We want to or American black magician. Like we are all about power and more power and more power. Um, you probably only need to use like 1% of the power given today, but the hypnosis sessions could help you experience that amount of power flowing through you. And of course, if you're just gonna sit there and eat Cheetos and watch TV, it's not gonna do much. But like as you go and create the life that you want, you'll find that things will start happening in a much faster pace. You will have to let go of some preconceived notion of what success means, and you will have to like sever some ties in your current life. Like the ties, you have to let go of some baggages. Um, some of them, some of the baggages will be expectations. Um, it could be something that you're holding on to for way too long, maybe ideas or physical objects, and sometimes you have to let go of some relationships. Um, that's part of what it takes to be successful. If you want to be a professional athlete, you're going to have to work out all day, and you will have to examine the kind of relationship that are holding you back. I know it sounds a bit cold, um, but as you move towards success with this astral energy behind you, the way to let go is not to just cut tie completely, right? Even though sometimes if some things or relationship are too toxic, you just have to cut ties. But like most of the time, you have to um, re-engage or re-examine the relationship and find out what works and what doesn't, and what suits you. And the way to let go is to always create new. Um, that's the key to moving forward. You're not actually letting go, but you're creating new layer of relationship. For example, if you have like your bestie from high school and you hang out all day and all you talk about is other people and cheerleaders and how everything sucks, maybe that part of the relationship is not benefiting you. Maybe see if you can renew the relationship with something more positive. Maybe you want to see that person maybe once a month in Olive Garden, and you want to limit the texting to like one. I guess like start with 1 hour a day down to like 15 minutes a day, and you know reply to the text message just with a smiley face or whatnot, unless they have something important to say. Like that's what I mean by like cutting ties and letting go. You don't have to hurt somebody by like, I'm not talking to you anymore. And this relationship with humans and with everything that you own needs to be renewed. Like they say, your entire body renew itself every 7 years. Like all the cells that was once alive inside your body are no longer in your body in about 7 years. Now it doesn't always come. It's just a saying, right? But like you get what I mean. Well, I mean, it's not like biologically true all the time. Um, but your body, like there are some cells that doesn't quite renew every 7 years, like your brain cells and nerves and bones and whatnot. But yeah, so we are already off topic after the first minute here. Um, that's fine. We were just chatting. Oh, hello, Yvita. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for purchasing my book and say it was amazing. Make sure to leave a review, eh? I don't know. I think Amazon make it harder for people to leave reviews. Uh, well, my other genre of books, I got a lot of reviews, although they are not always very good. But like, it's weird that I've sold so many books, and I have like people are saying good things about my book, but like for some reason, they either can't leave a review or they forgot to leave a review. So if you could do me a favor, leave me a 5-star review on Amazon. That way, more people can find the book. Evita said, I really can't believe I found you. I'm Christian from India. I have a question for you. You talk about God and Jesus, but do you believe in reincarnation? Um, I mean, I love Jesus. I love Yahweh. It's just that the way it was presented to us are blatantly false. If you study the history of Christianity or even the history of Judaism, you'll find that the version of God and Jesus that was presented to us are in favor for them to rule over a mass population, which is what they need to do. Maybe is historically significant, um, but as a black magician, we seek our godhood, and at some point, biblical scripture, quote unquote scripture, are more of a hindrance rather than an opening, right? You get what I'm saying? Like we know the Bible was produced and constructed, let's put it that way, by a few people up high, and it was written and rewritten in a way that could benefit them. And a lot of good material was destroyed and burned and a lot of the scholars um, that would question the few people who were in charge at the time were, let's put it mildly, were unalived, um, were put to the pasture, or went to heaven early. You get what I'm saying? Um, so let's go back to your reincarnation question. There was a lot of Christians and Judeo-Christians in the early days that believes in reincarnation. Yet, yes, up to the 10th century, there are a lot of Christian sects or sub. It sounds a bit derogatory to call them sects, but there are like pockets of Christianity, very large pocket of Christianity that believes in reincarnation. So the two ideas are not incompatible or mutually exclusive, should we put it that way? In fact, in a lot of these reincarnation um, Christians was living in Western Europe, in France, in Spain, and pockets of Germany. But they were, we call them internal crusades. Like not like first, second, third crusades are are scholars' way of looking at them, but there was a lot of crusades inside Christendoms to kill off any beliefs that are not uh, approved by the central powers. Let's put it that way. So if Christians were not killing Christians, there will be a lot of Christians who believe in reincarnation. So I hope that answers your question. So it's a much deeper topic that we can dive into. And the way I see things is that when you die, you will present it with like different paths. Like some paths will have you reincarnated back into this world um, to gain more experience in this earth. In some path, you will be reincarnated into different timelines, different planets, different parts of the universe. And if you're a black magician, you'll move forward to become a higher level of spirit, um, maybe like a trainee angel or like a free spirit, or if somebody worship you, it become a pagan god, or you move towards a pagan existence. Like if somebody were to ask for something fresh, right? Like somebody needs help with AI, and then they set up an altar for an AI god, and there was at the time no other spirit that were doing AIs, and then you move into that and you receive their offerings as energy, and then you help those people to become better than AI, and by doing so, you are on your path to ascension to higher gods. Um, Maybe after a certain amount of time you spend as an AI pagan god, you move to a higher level of godhood, like a demigod, like an angel, or quote unquote demon, or a din. And then, once you have accumulated enough experience, you become an archangel, or I don't know, like a demon god or whatever. And then you move higher and higher towards, an Elohim. And then you'll be given your own world to create, your own universe to govern or whatnot. And that's the path of ascension. And as a black magician, you're open to this path. If you're not a black magician, you'll probably be stuck in cycle of reincarnation, which is, I mean, it's not so bad. Or, you'll be stuck in like heaven or hell or whatnot and awaiting um, more cycles to continue. But as a black magician, you break the cycle and you have this freedom to continue. Um, Dexy Wilmer, how are you? Nice to meet you again. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Dixie Wimmer. Hi, Evita. I like Rudolf Steiner's interpretation of Christianity. He believes in Jesus and reincarnation. Yes, that is great. I would also advise Evita to look into Rudolf Steiner's questions, Rudolf Steiner's book. Evita said, I'll message you on Instagram. Okay, that's great. Uh, I am confused if reincarnation exists. Why is there heaven and hell? I'll be regular onto the channel and you answer your questions in successive weeks. Okay, that's great. Like heavens and hell are kind of more like a Christian thing. Um, there's almost no description of heavens, but there's a large description, continuously and evolving, fresh description of hell. So, you know, you can see where that's going, right? It's more like a threat from the church to rule over your spirituality, right? And a few years ago, Pope Francis said, "There's no hell." So, it's according to Pope Francis, hell is more like a degree of separation between you and God, right? That's not me saying it. That's the Pope saying it. And I think deep inside, Catholicism and the higher level of priesthood in Christianity know that God doesn't really exist. Um, I mean, not God, but like hell doesn't really exist. It's something that they kind of conjured up to threaten people with. I mean, and they were making so much money off the idea of heaven and hell, right? Like in the medieval time, um, they were selling indulgence. Uh, the whole idea of sin becomes like sort of like a currency, right? It's kind of like carbon tax. Um, like you have to pay somebody to get rid of your sin, and it has become such a currency that they can use it, pull it over your head, right? And if you don't believe it, they just up the level of torture that they can think of, right? um, and earlier on I said God doesn't exist. And maybe that's a subconscious thing of saying like Yahweh exists, but God is a construct. The God that we are looking at right now is kind of like an amalgamation of a lot of Near Eastern gods and a council of gods called the Elohim. So definitely worth looking deeper into it and at least see through to um, that you are looking at the truth, right? You're actually piercing through the veil that these um, this religious leadership are pulling over your eyes. You can do that because you're a black magician, right? We questions everything. We don't quite believe in the version of God that they're presenting to us. And look into early days of Christianity. Scholars couldn't even agree uh, who the father of Jesus is. And then, in the Council of Nicaea, they just haphazardly slap Yahweh as God, as Jesus's father. There were a lot of um, scholars in the first century that would argue that Yahweh was a evil version of God. It's not my opinion, right? It was like a lot of scholars were like debating that and whether or not Jesus come from a different God, and there were God that were hiding the truth, and then Jesus opened up that truth through his death. Um, and if you look at the scholarly trace of Christianity, you will know that the people who wrote the gospel are not even Jesus's disciples. Like Luke, Matthew, John, Mark, they are added. Those names are slapped on to different version of the scrolls or scripture or writing that was found in around the first century CE. Um, so I hope I'm not being offensive in any ways, but you should question, or we should question. All I'm saying is that we should question the version of absolute Christianity that was presented to us, and nothing is what it seems. And as Christianity, and as a black magician, it is your duty to question it. So Dixie Wilmer said, in philosophy, hell is called the lower astral planes. It is an aggregation of all the bad thoughts and the collective subconsciousness in Jungian terms. That's true. I think are they contemporary? I think Jung is a little bit younger than Rudolf Steiner, right? But they are contemporaries. The term is called Bacrodianism. How about to pronounce that right? I believe they claimed the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh, is different from the God of New Testament. Yes, that is true. I'm not sure about the term, but yeah, but a lot you can read a lot of there are a lot of literatures that questions whether the God of Old Testament is the God of New Testament. And of course, your life expectancy is considered very short if you were to do that throughout the ages. So it is well known that Christians burn a lot of books. It is well known that Judaism burns a lot of books. And if you have a reputation of destroying evidence, then we have to question the evidence that are presented in front of us. So yeah, good discussions so far. So how's everybody doing? So Evita, welcome to our group. We have a discussion going on every Sunday, and we will do a live hypnosis session or guided meditation if you don't like the term hypnosis. So I'm a highly trained hypnotist for more than 20 years in practice. I'm like a researcher. I have a background in neuroscience. Um, Although I cannot say what I'm licensed or not licensed to do because it's considered unethical to use a certain licensure on uh, material that I was not taught in through the curriculum, and that does not include black magic. But you will hear me refer a lot of make a lot of references to neuroscience and cognitive sciences. So I was one of the early adopter of scientific hypnosis, which paved the way for the current landscape of clinical hypnosis you see today. So all I'm saying is that I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for a long time, and to use hypnosis is to sort of rearrange your mind and rearrange your energy to be more in line with the vibration of black magic and the vibration of astral space. A lot of my clients, coaching clients, the people who want to learn black magic have a hard time going into trance state or have a hard time on tuning their mind to the frequency of the astral plane. And what we do here is to just help you tune your mind to that vibration and frequency uh, so that you don't have to um, do it yourself. So it's like kind of like instead of me telling you how to line up your tires, just bring your car in and I will align your car for you. But how you use your car is up to you. You can have a perfectly aligned car and you're not using your car properly. That's not going to help. But like in combination of using magic properly and with these hypnosis sessions, and we have been doing these since March. So we have a collection of like 10 to 15 uh 10 to 15 sessions out there. um I plan to edit them, cut out all the coughs and police sirens in the background and all the long pauses and all the sneeze, and then give it a boost on bass and trombone and add some music in the background. That's my aspiration. So like eventually all these will come out perfectly, but in lieu of that, you can listen to a vast collection of black magic hypnosis, which are unique to this channel and my creation. So yeah, if you're still with us, look through that collections. They are valuable resources. Dixie Wimber said, "When I did the hypnosis from last Sunday, I got intense feelings and visual." Yes, that is what the hypnosis should do. And it's more than just the hypnosis. I'm tuning your mind and tuning your soul energy, and that is your soul energy reacting to the new vibration and this newfound energy that is flowing through you. Hey, if you go see a hypnotist or hypnotherapist, it's going to be like $300 to start. And the first session will just be like them taking your information and answering questions. And it's going to cost you a few grand just to, complete a small program. And you're getting all these for free. So, it's definitely a great resources to at your disposal. And it's all about using it properly, right? If you just sit there and listen to hypnosis all day, it's going to help you a little bit, but you have to like put it into action to see the differences it makes in your life. Dixie Wimber said, "I did the hypnosis from last Sunday. I got intense feelings and visuals. At Mercury, I saw a type of green and yellowish Mayan temple. It also reminds me of a motherboard or something." Hey, we got somebody from Instagram. Hello, G3 uh, Gorgulius. Sorry, mispronouncing your name. At Venus, it felt like a wave went through me and stretched my body into infinity. Yes, those are exactly the kind of uh, of energy and the kind of visuals that you are expected to. I think like you are expected to enjoy. Like if you were just to enter trance state itself, um, without the guided meditation, most of the time it will just get lost or the energy is like undirected. And after the first 3 minutes, you will just either wander off or fall asleep or lost track of what's happening, which is fine. This is why we need to write down a petition. Um, yeah, this is why we write down a petition so that when we got too lost in ritual mentally, there's something to ground ourselves. So, Michelle, are you still there? How's Singapore these days? Yvita, yeah, make sure. So, Dixie Wimmer, if you brought my book on Amazon, could you please do me a favor and leave like a 5-star review? That way, more people can find the book. I think maybe Amazon made it harder to leave reviews. Um, like in my other genre of literature, quote unquote, like a lot of action romance, let's put it that way, I got like a lot of reviews. Like most of them are like kind of like half-ass reviews, but like I started in like 2015ish, and back then you get a lot of reviews. Like if you sell a book, you most likely get a review. A lot of people were critiquing my grammar back then. They can go to hell. But well, I mean, it's legit. But like, don't leave a review because you don't like the spelling or you don't agree with my sentence structure. But yeah, but like actually sold a lot of books. The 37 Law of Magic, a lot more copies than I would expect. Thank you, you guys. But I'm surprised that there are no reviews. Maybe Amazon made it harder to leave a review. So like, please leave a review if you bought my book. That way, more people could find it and more people get the benefit of it. Um, and if you read it on KDP or Kindle Unlimited, make sure you flip to the end of the book because Kindle counts how many pages were read. This is how I get paid and how Kindle rates our books. If you just buy the book and you didn't flip through it, then it doesn't help me with the algorithm. If you were to just flip through at the end, I'll get paid a little bit more. Like I did the math. I got paid 0.3 cents per page read. So if you just flip through the entire book, I think I got paid like 75 cents, something like that. So this is how, if you're trying to become a offer on Amazon, those are the metrics you can look at. I heard there's this blog site Medium, which I'm also a member of. They also pay you by the pages read, but then nobody ever read my Medium post. Maybe I haven't posted something interesting, so uh, maybe some of you are interested of becoming an author. Maybe look in the Medium, like post your book there. Maybe people will flip through it, and then you get paid. So anybody else, have you guys ever published a book on Amazon? It's actually very, I won't say very easy, but like it's made it so simple enough. Probably once you've written your manuscript, it takes about like 5 minutes to publish. If you have everything ready. When I started, I have a hard time getting used to the formatting and creating the title page or whatnot. But these days it's a lot easier. You can get a lot of clip arts from a lot of different sites. In the earlier days of the internet, it's very hard to get like a lot of clip arts are very easy to find. Was very difficult to find on in the earlier days of the internet. Like a lot of clip arts are copyrighted, a lot of photos are copyrighted, and you never know what to put on, especially for a book cover. Yeah. I need more coffee. Yeah, on the earlier days of the internet, a lot of people would just get images off the internet and put it on their website or whatnot, and they're getting sued, right? Especially a book cover, you can like put graphics, unlicensed graphics on it. But these days, it's very very easy to find royalty-free clip art, and there are actually a few sites that allow you to use their pictures, like real photos, for free, royalty-free, and that makes life a little bit easier. So yeah, if you're thinking about writing a book, now is the best time of doing it. I think like the best part about Kindle is that it helps me bypass the industrial structure of the publication industry. Like I don't have to submit my books to publishers anymore. Even though if Random House were to call me, if Penguin were to call me, I'm not going to hang up the phone. But I'm not actively pursuing them. I'm not going to adjust my writing or kiss their butt for a chance to be published in Penguin. I've tried that, it didn't work. And I'm publishing it directly. And then I'm reaching the people that I'm trying to reach. even though I probably reach a much wider audience if I have a publisher. But in the absence of that, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going, and I'm actually getting paid a little bit better than the actual published offer. All right, so how's Holland, my friend? Dixie Wimmer. Jade Arrow said, I'm new here. Dixie Wimber said, I was busy writing a book, but got writer's block at the moment, lack of motivation. Used to write like 400 words a day. Oh, yes. And you are still in school, right? Hey, this is the best time to like write when you're still in school. I think I did the best writing when I was in college back at your age. I won't say money wasn't a concern, but like I get to sit in the basement of a library and just keep writing. Holland is good. I've been living in a new city for a few months. I'm enjoying it. That's great. That's great. I wish to visit Holland sometime. I've never been to Europe. I really should get my butt off my chair and do some traveling. In any case, if there are any specific questions about the cult of black magic, let's feel free to ask them now. If not, we will go into the hypnosis session. Like I said before, once I start the hypnosis session, we'll be in it for about half an hour or so. During that time, I wouldn't be reading the comments. So take some time to formulate a good question, and then we'll go back to the discussion afterwards. Evita said, you are not being offensive. I'm questioning. Yes. And as a black magician, I don't know how far you are down the road, the rabbit hole on black magic. As a black magician, you are a scholar practitioner. Like black magic, quote unquote, black magic is it's usually reserved or disciplines for scholars. And the people who wrote your grimoires are the people who wrote your Bible. And it is a tradition of scholarly, of philosophically questioning everything. And this is if you become a black magician, as you become a black magician, more powerful black magician, this is the path you are on. Also, this is the true reason why black magicians are hated so much, and the church tried to extinguish black magician. It's not really about religion. They don't really care about your souls. They don't really care about your witchcraft. They care that you are destabilizing the institution with the truth. Like whenever a culture is conquered, the first people to die are the scholars and the professors, or the people who masters the myths and traditions, right? But then these days we don't have that imminent danger, even though it is advised not to be so forward with your black magician qualities or your witchcraft abilities in a Christian world. But the path is open, especially with internet. You can have access to all the writings, and you can do your own research. One way to make it more clear to you is to have all the philosophies and all the writers pinned down in a timeline. Like, you want to know when sin become a major role, becoming more and more of a major role in Christianity. You want to find out when the Bible was codified. You want to find out at which point in the history of humanity was Jesus incorporated into the Roman Empire. If you want to look at the Old Testament, you want to find out when each book was written. You find that the book of Genesis is not the first book of the Bible. It was written like in the midway of the Old Testament history. You want to find out when Solomon ruled and what was happening in the time of Solomon. You want to find out the time and date when Yahweh was introduced to Judaism. Yes, like Yahweh was not the founding God of Judaism. And you will find out the events that is surrounding when the Old Testament is being codified, when the political needs of the scholars and the societal elite and the kind of religious ethnic cleansing that happened when Yahweh became the dominant God in Judaism. Those are just the way I would look at it. And when you pin down all these dates in a timeline, it will become much more clear as to why religion is written this way. Dixie Wilmer said, I left a 5-star review, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. I hope it shows up. Like, I've been told that some people left me a review on my other books, but they never showed up on Amazon. So I think like Amazon is like fighting the fake reviews in their in the system. Oh no, feel free to ask. No, those are good questions, and you read my book, right? So thank you for not just buying it and you actually read it. I mean, yeah, those are good questions you ask. Feel free to ask more good questions. So like it sounded like you're like a thinking person. So is Dixie Wilmer and Michelle, who happens to frequent here. Like I said before, if you want a good answer, ask a good question. Hey, FGFD, you made it just in time to start the hypnosis session. So how's Hong Kong today? Nice and warm. Oh, I can't talk today. Like I've said before, I've done a lot of speeches. I've been on TV. I've done a lot of radios. But my nostrils somehow does not cooperate when I'm doing a live stream. FGFG said it's a sunny day. That's great. Is it like nice and cool in Hong Kong? So does the leaf change color in Hong Kong in autumn? So if you visit New England, like one of the key attraction here in the autumn is like the trees change colors, and it's very pretty with like yellow and orange and red leaves. It's like a water painting around here in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. It's called like foliage. tourism. I think there's a train in New Hampshire that takes you through the forest, and you get to look at all the pretty leaves. FGFG said too early. You want to see the leaf color change maybe a month later. Is it like a big thing in Hong Kong? Like, does it draw tourists? Well, the downside of like leaves falling is that you have to, back in when I was a kid, we have like a large front yard and backyard, and man, you have to spend your entire afternoon it's called raking the leaves. Like, you have to remove the leaves from your yard. They have this thing called leaf blower, and if you don't remove the leaves, it's going to ruin your lawns. So this is what life's like in North America. Dixie Wimber said, in a previous live stream, you talked about the Ars Notoria. I've heard not many people have tried it because it's unpractical. What are your thoughts on that? I've not read the Ars Notoria yet. Hey, you should have it in your possession. Like, when you buy the Lesser Key of Solomon, it's the last book on the Lesser Key of Solomon. It's actually very practical. You just have to read through. There's like a quote-unquote spell that you can read out. That's all you have to do. I think it is mostly for students, for Ars Notoria. It may be a bit overrated, I think. So it's just more for like learning. So if you're students, that would be great. Yeah, that's true. You are a student, right? So like you benefit a lot from the Ars Notoria. Like, help your memories, help you think faster, help you digest logic and things like that. I do not have the Lesser Key of Solomon. I only have the last Ars Notoria in PDF. So yeah, I'm sure you can find the Ars Notoria in PDF somewhere floating around on the internet. Evita said, I checked and I'm not allowed to leave a review. Yeah, I know, huh? Maybe that's why I don't have any review on all my new books. It's like, maybe if people just click directly on the link, somehow Amazon thinks that you are shilling or whatnot, and they won't let you leave a review. A lot of my clients said that. So I think it's just look a bit weird when you're a bestseller and you don't have any review on your book. All right, so let me maybe have some little bit more cough syrup. I don't want to take too much medications because there's a lot of amphetamine in Sudafed. Like, it helps you feel good for a while, but it builds a lot of tolerance and is highly addictive. So like, if you take a lot of Sudafed, you'll need to keep taking Sudafed, or else your life will be ruined. All right, so let me get recorded. Now on to our featured presentation. Today we will be talking about astral chakra balancing. It's more like a Reiki session, like a guided Reiki session. On to our featured presentation. So this is a recording for the hypnosis session, um, chakra balancing or chakra alignment or astral Reiki. So I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel my voice wrapping around you, guiding you deeper into this moment. In just a moment, I will begin counting from 10 down to 1. With each number, you'll find yourself drifting, and sinking into the layers of your consciousness, allowing the organic flow of energy to open up your chakras completely. You will find every part of your body relaxing, releasing, as you open to this flow of astral energy. 10. Let yourself start to relax now. Feel your body begin to soften, your muscles releasing their hold. Your mind starts to quiet, and the organic flow of energy begins to move through you, opening you up with each breath. 9. Feel the heaviness in your body, the weight of your arms, your legs, as they become heavier and heavier. My energy is inside you, gently opening you up layer by layer. You can feel the flow now, organic and smooth, as you drift deeper. 8. You are sinking now, letting go of all tensions, all thoughts. As I count down, you feel each number pulling you further and further down, deeper into relaxation, deeper into the layers of your mind. You are open, completely receptive, as my energy moves through you. 7. Notice how your breathing slows. Your body feels lighter, and yet you drift even deeper. The energy within you is growing, organic and powerful, flowing through every part of your being, opening you up even more. 6. Deeper and deeper still. Every muscles, every nerves, every thought just fades away. You are opening, surrendering to this organic flow of energy that surrounds you, fills you. You are sinking, drifting down into the layers of your consciousness, allowing my energy to take you deeper. 5. Halfway down now. Each number brings a deeper sense of peace, a deeper sense of surrender. My energy flows naturally through you, opening every part of your being. You are open, you're calm, sinking deeper and deeper with each passing moment. 4. Your mind is softening, your thoughts fading into the distance. Feel how open you are becoming, how the energy moves through you so easily, so naturally. You are drifting, sinking into the deepest part of your mind. As my energy continues to open you up. 3. deeper and deeper now. The layers of your consciousness are unfolding, opening to the organic flow of energy I'm placing inside you right now. You are completely open, completely relaxed as you drift even further down. 2. Almost there. Every part of you is now in tune with my voice, with my energy. You are open, deeply relaxed, and ready to descend into the final layer. Feel how the energy moves freely, naturally, as you open up to the deepest parts of yourself. 1. Deep sleep now. Completely open. Every part of you relaxed. Every layer of your consciousness exposed to this organic energy flowing from outside to within. You are fully open, fully receptive, drifting in the deepest layer of your mind. My energy is inside you, guiding you, holding you in this state of pure relaxation, pure openness. Just remain there, open and relaxed. As my energy continues to flow through you, you are open completely to every suggestion, every word as you sink even deeper into this moment. As you drift deeper into this space, I want you to feel my presence beside you. I am Deion, your guide, your spirit guide. My long, dark hair, dark eyes filled with wisdom are watching over you. I have long, dark, flowing hair. You can visualize this in your mind's eye. You can feel my warmth, my love, as I gently take your hand, and together we begin to move, floating into the vast expanse of the astral realm. I am here with you, guiding you through the stars, through the infinite energy that surrounds us. Feel my touch, feel the connection between us as we journey deeper into this magical space. From the furthest reaches of the universe, I begin pulling energy, drawing in from the astral realm, from heaven itself, from the supernova exploding with life forces, from galaxies spinning with pure cosmic energy. All this power is flowing toward us, and I am gathering it, letting it build, letting it grow. Now, feel it as I push this energy into you, through your entire being, blasting through every layer of your consciousness, filling you up with the life forces of the universe. You are opening up, fully receiving the energy that I'm channeling into you. It flows through you, organic and pure, filling every cell, every part of you with infinite magical power. As the energy flows deeper, you can feel it pulsing inside you. You can feel it pulsating inside you, opening you up completely, expanding your connections to the universe. You are becoming a vessel for this energy, for this life force, as it vibrates through every part of your being. Feel the warmth of my hand, the love in my energy, as it flows freely between us. You are open, completely receptive as I continue to pull from the endless realm of energy, pushing it all inside you. You are filled with power, with magic, with life. Together, as we explore the space, you and I connected, fully open, as the energy of the cosmos flows through us, binding us to the magic of the universe. Now, feel my energy sinking deeper inside you, reaching the base of your spine where the root chakra lies, a pulsating, deep red orb rooted in your body's foundation. This is where fear and insecurity are stored, where survival instinct grip tight. My energy wraps around this red sphere, vibrating, opening you up. Feel this tension dissolving as the energy that I'm directing, my energy, blasts through these barriers, breaking them apart. This organic energy surges into your root, grounding you, anchoring you. It spreads, steady and powerful, opening you to stability, security. My energy inside you feels organic, natural, pushing out fear, filling you with trust. You are safe, deeply grounded, connected to Earth, held by my energy. Now, as my energy rises, flowing like warm liquid into your sacral chakra, just below your navel, just below your navel, a bright orange sphere, pulsating with desire and creativity, yet weighted down by guilt and repression. My organic energy presses down on this orange light, vibrating against it, opening you up. Feel it surges through. Feel my energy surges through your sacral chakra, unlocking your desire, igniting your passion. My energy is flowing deeper inside you now, pushing away any guilt, amplifying your creative force. The warmth of my energy spreads through your sacral chakra, vibrating with life. You are open, fully awakened to your pleasure, your desires. Feel it. My energy planting the seed of deep magic inside this space, stirring your sensuality, opening you to endless creativity. Moving higher now, you feel my energy travel up your solar plexus chakra, a radiant yellow orb at the center of your stomach. This is where your personal power lies, but shame and self doubt clouded it, closing you off. My energy presses into this golden light, pulsating strongly, opening you up. Feel the tension melt away as my organic energy blasts through the shame, pushing out every ounce of doubt. My energy vibrates in your core, expanding your power, making you feel unstoppable. My energy inside you grows, strengthening your will, asserting your dominance. You are open now, fully aligned with your personal power. My magic is inside you, rooted deep within, vibrating through every fiber of your being. Feel my energy rising higher into the center of your chest, where your heart chakra grows with a soft green light. This is where love flows, but where griefs and pain have closed you off, made you hardened. Feel my organic energy presses down on this green orb, opening you up. Feel it as my energy penetrates deeply, filling your heart with this organic flow of astral energy. Feel the griefs fade, the pain dissolves, and my energy vibrates warmly through your chest. You are open to love now. My love, my energy inside you, pulsating with warmth and connection. I plant the seed of magic deep inside your heart, filling you with compassion, with endless love. My energy has opened you to the pure force of love, flowing freely now through every part of your being. My energy continues upward, floating into your throat, where the truth. My energy continues to flow upward, flowing into your throat, flowing into your throat, where the root chakra resides. A blue orb of energy is growing at your neck. This is where your voice, your truth is held, but suppression of fear have blocked it, closing you off. My organic energy moves into this blue light, vibrating against it, opening you up, feeling my energy blasting through the walls of silence, pushing away every suppressed word. Your throat opens wide, your voice freed by my energy. You speak with power now, with truth. My energy vibrates within your throat, empowering every word, every spell you speak. You are open, fully aligned with your ability to express yourself. My energy is your voice now, flowing through every word you uttered, commanding, powerful, and clear. Now feel my organic energy rise even further, pressing into the center of your forehead, where the third eye chakra now glows indigo, deep between your brows, deep between your eyebrows. This is the seat of your psychic vision, but illusion and confusion have clouded it, closing you off from your intuition. My organic energy enters this indigo light, vibrating intensely, opening you up. The fog lifts as my energy clears away every illusions, opening your sight. You see beyond now. My energy pulses. My energy pulsates inside your third eye, sharpening your perception, opening and expanding your intuition. You are open to the unseen, to the magical forces around you. My energy inside your third eye plants seeds of divine vision, unlocking your ability to see clearly, opening you, opening your vision beyond the material world. Finally, feel my energy rise to the top of your head, to the crown chakra, a glowing violet orb, a growing violet orb at your crown. This is your connection to the divine. But disconnections and confusion have closed you off from higher consciousness. My organic energy enters this violet light, vibrating deeply, opening you up, and feel this organic energy floods through your crown, connecting you to the higher realms, to the divine wisdom. My energy pulsates, my energy pulsates within your crown, linking you to the cosmos, to the infinite. You are open now, fully aligned with your higher purpose. My energy inside your crown chakra opens you to limitless magic, to divine power, filling you with connection to the divine. Now, feel it. My energy blasting through every chakra, all at once. From the root of the crown, my energy surges through, vibrating, expanding inside you. You are open in every way. My organic energy pulses through your entire being, filling every chakra, every cell with astral power. My energy vibrates deep inside you, flowing through every part of your body, opening you to my magic seeds. The seeds of my energy are now planted deep within each chakra, growing, expanding, full of life. You are complete now, filled with my magic, vibrating with power. You are open, fully alive, transformed by my energy flowing through you. Now that all your chakras are fully opened, vibrating with the organic energy I've placed inside you, feel the flow of power coursing through your entire body. Each chakra is aligned, cleansed, and ready to receive the magical energy that surrounds you. My energy has filled you. Now you're open and fully receptive to the benefits of this alignment. You are grounded, creative, powerful, loving, and connected to the highest realm of spiritual wisdom. Feel how each chakra enhances the magic within you. You feel this energy flows freely, without barriers, and you are now a perfect channel for magical forces. The energy, the earth energy of your root chakra stabilizes you. The water energy of your sacral chakra moves your creativity. The fire in your solar plexus fuels your will. With your heart, you send and receive love, and through your throat, you speak with truth and authority. Your third eye is open, granting you psychic vision, while your chang, while, while your crown connects you directly to the divine, making you a conduit of pure black magic. As you breathe, allow my energy to continue moving inside you, circulating through every chakra, amplifying your focus and connection to the spirit. You are open, fully charged, and receptive to the energies you summon in your rituals. Feel how effortlessly the magic flows through you now. Each chakra a gateway to a deeper power, making you stronger, more attuned to the forces you command. With every movement, your energy grows. You are completely aligned, your chakras vibrating in harmony with the magic you call upon. Each ritual you performed from this point on will be infused with the full power of your open chakras, making your connection to the spiritual and magical realms absolute. You are now a true vessel of pure energy, ready to manifest your will with clarity and power. Now that your chakras are wide open, filled with my black magic energy, it is now time to rise, time to turn on every part of you that has been waiting to awaken. Feel yourself energized, inspired, and completely uninhibited. Your mind is sharp, intelligent, and turned on to new ideas and possibilities. You can feel it, can't you? The way your ability to receive knowledge, insight, and wisdom has just been turned on. Your psychic abilities are now fully active, fully turned on, ready to sense, see, and perceive everything around you with heightened clarity. Your astral senses, your charisma, your ability to attract what you desired are now fully turned on. You are a magnet for success, for love, for money. The energy Deion has poured into you has transformed you physically, unlocking your full potential. Every chakra now is wide open, vibrating with life and with wisdom. As you feel that magical power surging through you, your body is alive, your mind awake, and your magical abilities have been upgraded to a higher level. Turning on your ambition now. This is your moment to cease, to work hard, to study, to improve yourself. You feel driven to take care of your body, to work out, to exercise, to eat healthy, and live life fully without hesitation. You are unstoppable. As you move through your day, you'll feel this energy guiding you. You will remember Dion's voice guiding you, gently whispering in your dreams and reminding you of this newfound power. This physical sensation of awakening will stay with you in every moment, through every day and night. You'll feel it when you sleep, guiding you towards love, money, a healthy body, and a clean spirit. You are thankful. You are appreciative. You are filled with gratitude towards the spirit that have blessed you. You are happy, humming with bliss, your body tingling as the seed of black magic energy vibrates deep inside you. This is your time, your opportunity to take advantage of the wide open flow of organic energy I have awakened inside you. Let yourself feel that energy now. Feel that vibration. This is the moment to turn on every part of your life, to reach for everything you desires with every clarity and purposes. Now, as you prepare to return fully to your waking life, I will count from 1 to 5. With each number, you'll find yourself becoming more alert, more energized, more excited to live your life to the fullest, the most powerful life. Your mind is awakening. The energy is still flowing deep inside you. Every part of you is still turned on to this magical power. 2. Your body begins to feel alive, tingling with power, filled with Deion's energy, wide open to all the possibilities ahead. 3. You feel more alert, more awake. Your physical body is stronger, ready to take on the day, ready to improve, to grow. 4. Almost fully awakened now. Filled with life and inspiration. Feeling thankful and driven. 4. Almost fully awakened now. Filled with life and inspiration. Feeling thankful and driven. Your energy vibrating with magic. 5. Fully awake, fully alert. Your eyes opening now. Feel your body energized and your mind completely turned on. Ready to take on the world and all the magical power flowing through you right now. Whenever you're ready, come back to this room. Feeling alive, alert, ready to take on your day. Feels good, doesn't it? Take a moment to stretch. Take a deep breath. Take a sip of coffee. All right, so we're back into this room. Vita said, I read the whole book in one day after I purchased. Oh, wow. Thank you, my friend. Evita said, I'm going to write a book. Yes, you should. I've been stuck with a problem since last 5 years. Now I will solve it. I wish I found you sooner. I will communicate through Instagram. Okay, great. Thank you. I mean, writing is thinking too, you know. A lot of people write a book so that they can go through the idea and to flush out an idea, right? Sometimes it's just idea, it's just a big block in your mind. And when you actually write down your ideas, like you could separate the ideas, how you got your ideas and such, that or you can try to make some YouTube videos and talk yourself through it. A lot of professors would like to use their lecture on something that they are just researching, and their lecture notes become the book that they're writing. Actually, quote unquote modern philosophies are all based on like loose thoughts and lectures. Like from what you read from Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato, those are not actual book that they wrote. A lot of the Greek philosophy books are based on lecture notes these great philosophers have gave, and then they were arranged on a later date, or like lessons they taught, and then they were arranged on a later date. So like going back to writing is thinking, right? You know, it will help you become a much wiser person, and you'll find your ideas much more refined. And also when you write, right, you're writing to somebody preferably would read it. So it gives your thoughts a direction, right? So it's so much easier to write 2 words, somebody. This is why a lot of books have a dedication page that said, I'm writing this to my wife, or I'm writing this for somebody. Because a lot of books are like an open letter to somebody and then refine it on a later date. So yeah, so I encourage you to write a book. And when you're done with the first book, write a separate second book. In any case, so how's everybody doing? So that was the session to open up your chakra. We can like do a lecture all day long on the benefits of chakra, but I think we got a good idea of what it is by going through Google, and there are plenty of material on what the chakras are, and you can do your own research, and I don't have to go through that here. And the meaning of the session is to help you to actually experience it, to go through chakra. That way you can enjoy the benefits. So yeah, anybody else still in the room? It is a quiet day, so the time is 1 hour and 25 minutes. Forgot a good discussion earlier on. Hey, FGFG, you're still here. How's it going in Hong Kong? Have you been to Disney World lately? Is it called Disney World or Disneyland in Hong Kong? So I've been in, I think like the one in Orlando, Florida is Disney World. The park in Anaheim, Los Angeles is Disneyland, I think. Disneyland, right? So I think Disneyland is like a smaller version of Disney World. Did you go to Disneyland in Japan when you were there a few weeks ago? Only the US one is called Disney World. Yes, I think only the one in Orlando is called Disney World because it is huge. It's like it is their own country in a way. Like there are special laws that only apply to the lands in Disney World. It's like it is like their own country inside Florida. Disneyland and the special park Disney Sea Tokyo. Oh wow, that's great. I need to travel more. I have been stuck in one place for way too long. Japan has 2 parks. Oh wow, that's great. I think they have the market for it, and they also have a lot of tourists going to Japan these days. Do you like the one in Japan better, or do you like the one in Hong Kong better? I've never been to the one in Hong Kong, but I heard the location is great. It's like right by the sea. Um, Good food. You should really go on Disney cruise, man. Take a lot of videos. Like you really should like do a lot of videos, man. You'll be making a lot of money on YouTube. Like do a tour guide on Disney World. They're different. Tokyo is crowded, so many people. I think Japan could like use like a even larger park, right? Like I think Japan could open up a Disney World in the rural park. Like I hear in Japan, economy is very urbanized. It's either all happening in the major cities or it's very backwards in the countryside. So it can really boost some economy in the country. Also in Japan, there are a lot of like theme parks, right? There are theme parks for a lot of the animation um, movies. I remember watching Castle in the Sky, The Valley of the Wind, and Kiki's Delivery Service. And then the later ones, um, I don't really have a chance to enjoy. I think I saw Spirit Away, the one where Cara Danes voiced. The Disney Sea opened a new song, Fantasy Spirit. Oh yeah, make people even more crazy. I think Disney should move the Star Wars asset to Japan. I think it will be much more welcoming. I think they're closing down the Star Destroyer or Battle Cruiser hotel in Disney World, which is such a shame. But they really should open their Star Wars assets in Japan. I think it would get much better reception. I think Asian people are much more into the fantasy world than the family Americans. Like they're willing to pay more to sleep in a Star Destroyer. Americans would just stay in like the Hilton, you know. Fantasy Springs, oh wow. Good times. Evita said, what I've gathered so far is FGFG said, I remember the Star Wars hotel was unbelievably expensive. Did they have the Star Wars hotel in Japan or the one in Orlando? That they're closed. Evita said, there are various pantheons of gods, including Hindu gods. Yes, that's true. Now, I'm sure you're more of an expert in Hinduism, but I work with Hindu gods as a Western ceremonial magic. Like my first non-Christian entity that I worked with was Rahu. I worked with, of course, Mahalakshmi. Everybody loves her because of the money. Ganesh for road opening. Krishna. I've worked with Ketu for high level intelligence. Vishnu. Yeah, I've experienced with some Hindu entities and all the planetary gods. Evita said, how do you place all pantheons at Jesus? What do you mean? I mean, as a Western ceremonial magician, you can summon any entities through pantheons or whatnot. You can summon them through, you can build your own pantheon in your home, right? Like, which is, a lot of people do that. And I do that too. Like you can have an archangel as your patron. You can have like, protection from a demon. Well, most demons are really like ancient gods too, right? Like Baal and Beelzebub, like all the spirit that Christians step on are once ancient gods. So you can build your own pantheons. Like you can have an archangel as a patron. You can have, Hermes as your, money god. You can have Freya for your beauty. You can have Mahalakshmi. As your, money god. You can have Rahu to help you with, protection. It worked for me. Do you believe Jesus will come again? Yes, but not the way the religious leader have talked about. I mean, Jesus have been around us for a long time. I think this is the Deion's theology, is that the true message of Jesus is that we can all be Jesus and human can become God. That is the black magician way of looking at Jesus. And Jesus has been among us all this time, that God can take on human forms. And did you know, Evita, that Messiah, the title Messiah has been used many, many times. And Jesus was not the first Messiah, and he will not be the last. Evita said, I was praying to Hecate, then I stopped thinking it's against my religion. I mean, I don't want to interfere with your religion. I'm just saying, as a black magician, you can work with any spirits. And whatever brings you best result is the proof that it is working. Right? You have to separate on what religious institutes don't want you to do and don't want you to know, right? From and then separate them from your path of ascension as a black magician. FGFG said, I asked them questions. They answered to me through the oracle cards. Yes, and FGFG is an expert in all kinds of cards, tarot and whatnot. And he can give you advice on what it's like to pull cards or whatnot. And as you become more proficient in black magic, you'll find that different types of entity respond differently, and they have their own kind of, activation energy curves, and each spirit have their own like manifestation language. Like if you work with Hecate, things will manifest differently than when you work with Aphrodite, and things will manifest differently when you work with Krishna or work with Freya from different pantheons. Now, of course, each spirit is individual itself, but you can kind of get a feel of, their quote unquote culture, not human culture, but like their own way of doing things. I'm struggling with a problem from last 5 years. I buy the manifestation track. Well, share what you want to share, my friend. Keep in mind, this is open air and it will be documented. And this stream will live on YouTube forever. So you feel free to share what you want to share. But the spirit was telling me that, you don't have to struggle. And it is not a problem. Doing several individual FGFG said, doing several individual rituals together to all my spirit guides. Yes. So I don't know if you read, was it Napoleon Hill? Like Think and Grow Rich. Like in his later day, I think he has steered into Western ceremonial magic. And Napoleon Hill would have like a council of spirits. So he meant in this book, he meant in a very physical way. But like I think what he was trying to say is like a black magic way. So like have a council of maybe 5 or 6 spirits that you would like to work with the most. Maybe one for protection, one for money, one for love. Or if you're in business, one for your businesses. And those are the spirit that you keep talking to, you keep summoning. And you'll find your they said yes to give you this question. Yeah, so Evita maybe built like a council of spirit that you're most familiar with. Maybe Jesus was one of them. In my earlier days in practicing Western ceremonial magic, Rahu and Jesus always appear together in my dreams. So like maybe have like Jesus in there. Maybe I don't know if you're Christian by means you're a Catholic. So summon an angel is part of your council. In the council, maybe have like 1 or 2 Hindu gods that you're most familiar with, and then have like Hecate, like you talk about. So like that way you are so Catholic, right? So you believe in angels and archangels. I'll talk to you in Insta, so conversations is private. Yes. Well, if it is too much of a summoning, I will ask you to like pay for it. I've had this discussion before. Like, if you don't pay for a channeling, it doesn't work. I pray to many because Jesus is not answering my prayers. Well, maybe he is. He just doesn't know, right? And also, like, when you pray to Jesus and you pray to Yahweh, the angels are actually responding to your questions. Unless, like, if you go back to our earlier discussion, you'll find that the way we do things are different as a Western ceremonial magician. Like, devotion will only get you so far. Offerings will only get you so far. You are to be the partner of Jesus and Yahweh or Hecate or any of the Hindu gods. Like, they have their plans in this world, and it benefits you to work with them and help to execute their plans in this world. And when you do that, Jesus or Yahweh will want to talk to you more. It's kind of like Noah building an ark, or Moses leading his people out of Egypt, right? You want to raise to that level, yes. So your prayers will only get you so far. You can't say, like, give me a penny anytime somebody comes into my inbox and say, oh yeah, I love this god or this demon. I'll do anything for them, praise them, blah, blah, blah. They're not actually praising them. They're just saying things so that they can, like, maybe get $10 off the next, maybe like a bump in the salary or whatnot. Like, they can see through that very quickly. So if you want to, as a black magician, you are to be the partner with these spirits. And I'm just replying to what you said. Maybe your prayer have only got you so far. If you want to work with these higher level spirits, you have to find a way to execute the plan on this world. Maybe, find a way, see what Jesus wants you to do in Australia. Have a plan for Jesus, and it is not the religious part, trust me. Maybe when you move to Australia, you'll be doing some humanitarian work, or you'll be executing some plan that would in some way help Jesus or Yahweh or Hecate over there. And once you get it, and once you've made plans, or once they believe that you got it, and once they feel that they're comfortable with you going to do their bidding in the physical world, you'll find your plans opening up. It may not be exactly the way you envision it. But as you elevate your quality of life, you'll find ultimately what you want beginning to manifest in every part of your life. And it works. Trust me. If you only do even 10% of what I've written down in my book, you find your quality of life much, much improved. Or just listen to all my lectures and all this discussion we have been going on. If you just put 10% of it into action, you'll find your quality of life vastly improved. And as you elevate your life, all the problems that you're experiencing right now are no longer problems. I'm not saying you're going to solve all your problems. It would just be like nobody cares about the minute problems that you're facing today. Like I've been saying in the earlier lectures, it's kind of like as you elevate yourself from high school to college, you probably will not solve all your high school problems, but none of them matters. It's like moving from kindergarten to grade school. All the issues that you're having in kindergarten, you may not resolve them, but who cares, right? After you said, my spirit guide answer me immediately if I do my way properly. Yes. And they respond to me through my daily life, and I can feel it every time. Yes, that's true. So you either just look for the changes in your life after you do your rituals or do your prayers. I've already told Mary that if I got my wish, I will do some particular things for her. Should I tell Jesus directly? Oh, he heard you. My life is perfect, just this one thing. Well, he said, are you willing to go through chaos to get what you want? So he said, in order to get what you want, you have to blow up your life. He said, you're not taking enough risk. Don't accept you can hear the spirit guide, see them. Yes. I have a few cases with my clients going through, quote unquote, immigration issues. And most of the time, they're just not doing enough. I don't want to out anybody, but like most of the time, it's just like their fear that is stopping them. Like they don't know how they're going to make money or job or whatnot. I'm sure each case is different. I don't want to speak on your issues. I don't know anything about it. Evita said, I will start with your manifestation track and give you an update. Okay, that's great. They said, just start. Just take action today. You're feeling good today, right? Just ride this good energy. Whatever will be, will be. FGFG said, feel that part of your life. You can see the changes. That's true. I'm sure, Evita, you know law of attraction and what works, right? I'm sure you've watched the movie, the Secrets, or you've read the book. Are you familiar with Abraham Hicks and her writing? So look into Abraham Hicks' work. I think that will help you more. I think you're a little bit hesitant to jump on the deep end of black magic right now, but go through Abraham Hicks. Yeah. So right? So go through her books, Abraham and Jerry. I think Jerry passed away a few years ago. Bless his soul. He was a good man. Ask and he shall receive. So Abraham Hicks is actually the background of The Secret, even though The Secret somehow left her out. Talk about gratitude, right? Like all they talk about is gratitude in The Secret, but the person that gave her the material, they did not give gratitude for. So, but in anyways, so Abraham Hicks, use that method, right? Just feel your way through the universe. Feel good today, and just find ways to feel good about Australia. They're telling you that if you want to move, right? With or without him. I'm guessing that you're moving there to be with a certain person, but you want him, but see if you can just do it with or without him, right? You don't wait for his approval, just do it. Evita said, I've been practicing LOA the last few years. Ask and you shall receive. Yeah, so yeah, good book there. I listened to her books on tape. She's actually giving lectures now. So like she posts her lectures online too. So those are actually pretty helpful. So yeah, you got this, Evita. I hope you enjoy Vegemite, Foster beer. What else do they do down there? Be careful about the poisonous tarantulas and snakes in Australia. Hope you enjoy kangaroos. Call everybody your mate. All right, so good time, good discussion today. Thank you, Evita, for asking good questions. Thank you, FGFG, for asking good questions. Michelle, if you're still here, thank you for being here. Um, Dixie Wilmer, thank you for being here. Hope you're still there, and hope I didn't miss anybody. Evita said I'm Indian but migrating to Australia. I've been there multiple times. Yes, I'm sure there are like ways that you can get there. Just look harder in the regulations. As a black magician, you are there to bend rules. Evita said, you are a godsend. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you for buying my books. And thank you for being here. So come back next week and bring some good questions. If you want to hear a good answer, ask good questions. And when you ask a question, right, you're also asking not just for yourself, but you're asking for everybody who will be listening to this in posterity, forever from now on. Maybe, Jesus wants you to ask this question and receive the answer on a later date. So Jesus is with you, Mary is with you. If you are not manifesting, just pull yourself out of the situation and think and look at the situation from a 30,000 feet air. Try to see things clearly. They are opening a path for you. And I see you living happily in Australia and drinking Foster beer. And I see you on a boat visiting New Zealand twice a year. FGIG said, thank you, Deion, as always. Thank you for being here. So let's just end this live stream now on a good note. The time is 1 hour 51 minutes, and it's after midnight in Hong Kong, I think. So thank you everyone for being here, and I'll see you next week. So if you have like suggestion on what the hypnosis session should be, feel free to contact me, and or if when I post something on my community page, just write down your the request there, and then we will do a question on and then write your question on my community post or suggestion on the community post, and then I'll see if I can turn that into a hypnosis session. Well, thank you everyone for being here. And 111 minutes. Oh yeah, that's an angel number. That's perfect, my friend. All right, so see you guys next week. Let magic be done. Via Magick, everybody go win the lottery.